Paper Crafters Library. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create this Oh Hello card, which features Stampin' Up's Oh Hello stamp set, their new washi tapes, and their honeycomb embossing folder. So I have here a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch piece of Whisper White cardstock. I'm going to be working with two different patterns of washi tape. This yellow gingham one that comes from the Gingham Garden designer washi tape, and then I have this gray striped one that comes from the Epic Day This and That designer washi tape. I'm going to start by taking the gray washi tape and I'm just very carefully trying to kind of grab the edge of it here without tearing it. I'm going to take my cardstock and just secure it to my grid paper so that it doesn't shift while I'm laying my washi tape across this piece, and so that I can use the lines of my grid paper to help me align the washi tape. Now it looks like there is a tear in the washi tape over here, so I don't want to use that piece. Oops. So now what I want to do is I want to align my washi tape so that it's coming in 1/4 of an inch from the left hand edge. Then I'm just going to take my snips and trim my washi tape. Then I'm going to trim away this extra here. Now I'm going to take my yellow gingham washi tape and I'm going to leave just a tiny little space in between them, so maybe about the equivalent of 1/16 of an inch, and place this piece down. And then I'm going to carefully lift this up from my grid paper, flip it over, and wrap the ends of my washi tape around to the back. And then just run my finger along the washi tape to make sure that it's secured to my cardstock. So there you can see what that looks like so far. So the next thing I now want to do is cut this part of my cardstock piece off. So I'm going to cut it at 1 3/8 of an inch. So there you can see what that looks like. So I'm now going to take my remnant piece and I'm going to dry emboss it using my honeycomb embossing folder. And I'm going to align the edge of my cardstock right with the edge of where the pattern here starts. And then I'm going to take this and run this through my Big Shot. So here's what my embossed piece looks like. Now because this shrunk in height during the embossing process, I'm just going to take this and I'm going to cut it to 5 1/4 inches. And I've used my tabletop cutter instead of my Stampin' Trimmer because I found the Stampin' Trimmer was catching against the embossed edge, and instead of cutting cleanly through, it was starting to wrinkle it up. So these are the pieces we have. So I have this piece, I have this piece, and then for my card base I've got I started with a Whisper White cardstock piece that was 4 1/4 by 11 inches. I scored it at 5 1/2 inches, folded it in half to create a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch card. And I'm going to be mounting these two pieces onto that card base. So I have here a scrap piece of Whisper White cardstock. And I'm going to be stamping this oval with the chevrons inside, and then the Oh Hello sentiment from Stampin' Up's Oh Hello stamp set. So I'm going to stamp that chevron pattern oval in Daffodil Delight Classic ink onto my Whisper White cardstock. There you can see what that looks like. Next, I'm going to take my Stamp-A-Majig, and first of all, I'm going to position my Oh Hello stamp on my imaging sheet, and then I'm going to stamp it to the right of this oval so that it's about a 1/2 inch in from the right edge and centered between the top and bottom edges. And I'm then going to ink it up in a permanent ink and stamp. So there you can see what that looks like. So I'm now going to dry that with my heat tool. My next step now is to take my Framelits Ovals collection. I've got the third from the smallest oval, and I'm going to position it over top of my stamped oval. And then I'm going to take some matte removable tape. This is just a low tack removable tape to hold my die in place, and I'm going to die cut this using my Big Shot. So here you can see what my sentiment looks like. So I'm going to set that aside for a moment, and I'm going to take now my embossed piece here, and I'm going to place some adhesive at the back, and I'm using my Tombow Mono multi-liquid glue. I always like to use liquid glue when I'm working with highly textured pieces because it helps it stick better. And I'm going to stick this onto my card front, aligning it with the right hand edge of my card, leaving an equal border all around. And then I'm just going to press this until my glue has a chance to set. My next step is to position my Oh Hello sentiment. So I'm going to place some glue at the back of that as well. And I want to position it so that it's about a 1/2 inch up from the bottom edge of my pattern paper, and then making sure the hello part is straight, and the H is about 3/8 of an inch away from the edge of my washi tape strip. And I'm just going to hold that in place and give my glue a chance to set. So I'm now going to take my washi tape piece and some Stampin' Dimensionals, and I'm going to place Stampin' Dimensionals at the back. Now I'm going to make sure that I have them evenly distributed along the entire length. So you can see I have 2, 1, 2, 1, and then I'm going to put 2 at the bottom, 1 in either corner. And then remove the backing from all the dimensionals. And I'm going to turn my card sideways and align this piece with the the left hand edge of my card. And you can see there it overlaps the end of the Oh Hello. Next I'm going to take a couple buttons. Here I have this medium button. This comes from Stampin' Up's Designer Neutrals collection, and then this small yellow one that comes from the Regals collection. And I'm going to use a glue dot to place my one button here, and my second little button down here. And then I'm going to grab a few rhinestones. I'm cutting this border so that I can use these 2 small ones. And I'm putting one down here. And a medium. A small. And then one more small here. So there you can see what that looks like, and our card is now finished. If you enjoyed this video, you enjoy the way we teach, and would like to learn even more, we invite you to check out Paper Crafter's library. Whether you're a beginner looking to learn the basics, or an advanced paper crafter looking to learn new skills and techniques, you'll find it all here. Stamping, card making, scrapbooking, altered art, mixed media, we cover it all. With over 1,200 videos currently in our library and new videos added each month, we are the largest and most comprehensive online library of video tutorials for paper crafters on the internet. We invite you to visit our library and see what we're all about.